I recently had a client who is struggling with chronic fatigue syndrome say to me, Toby, is recovery even possible for me? I actually don't believe that I can get better. She wasn't saying that recovery wasn't possible for other people. She was actually saying, I don't believe that I can get better because I have multiple different illnesses. I've been struggling for longer. My story is unique and I just believe that I can't get better. And the reason why she shared this is because doctors, professionals, and other people have literally told her that she can't get better. And so she borrowed that belief, and now that belief has been instilled in her. And so I want to share with you exactly what I told her in this video to break it down for you and share with you some key practical helpers that can ultimately change your life too. If you're wondering right now, like, is it even possible for me? You might be having doubt, insecurity, you might be lacking a lot of confidence in your body's ability to heal. I want to share with you some powerful tips that could help you too with your recovery. As soon as I shared these with her, she felt completely different. She was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I really needed to hear that today and I feel so much better for it. So in this book, Get Your Life Back, I've actually got a whole chapter on mindset. And I'm not saying that chronic fatigue syndrome is a mindset problem. It's not, right? What you are going through is 100% real and neurological and physiological, but we can't not say that it doesn't affect you emotionally and mentally. And so I want to share with you some key tips from this book. It's not even released yet, right? You guys are going to get a sneak peek. But later in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what I wrote in here around beliefs, which will help you too. But the first thing I said to this client was this. Firstly, beliefs can be borrowed. Right? Now, a belief is just a repeated thought over and over and over that you believe to be true. It's a thought that is consistently repeated that you believe is true. Now, the great thing about beliefs is you can change them. You can literally change the repetition and the consistency of that thought, and you can start to believe a new thought, right? So for this woman particularly, it's like, well, her belief right now is I can't get better. What would be the opposite of I can't get better? I can get better. Now, of course, you might not fully believe that yet, and that's okay. And this is the most important tip I can give you right now, is sometimes we need to act and take action before we believe the very thing we want to believe. What do I mean by that? Basically, what I'm saying is, if you want to build a belief, you have to create actions and do actions that will help you believe that over time. Now, a perfect example, when I was going through my recovery over 20 years ago, I didn't believe recovery was possible for me either. It took me 2 years to believe that recovery is possible because freaking doctors said there was nothing I could do. In my mind, I thought I had to take a pill or a potion to fix my problems. It wasn't until I was told that you can get better, but it's not through a pill, it's not through a potion, it's through a process. It's about you rehabilitating your brain and body back onto good health. That's when everything changed for me. But here's what's crazy. Even when I realized that, I still wasn't quite sure I was going to get better. I didn't believe it fully. But I took action anyway. And every single day I fully committed to my health and my recovery and basically ultimately helping myself get better. After 4 weeks, just 4 weeks, literally being super consistent, I had my moment of first belief of, oh my God, this is working. And here's what happened. I remember looking in the mirror, I'd lost heaps of muscle mass. I lost about 20 kilograms of muscle mass. I went from being very athletic, very fit, to being very underweight and very deconditioned. And you know, that impacted me severely. I remember looking in the mirror every day going, wow, like who am I, right? Like I can't even see myself anymore. After 4 weeks, 2 years first of suffering and thinking recovery wasn't possible, and then going, okay, recovery is a process, and if it's up to me, if it's to be, it's up to me. I'm going to focus on my recovery and do whatever I can control within the 24 hours that I've got to help myself. So I'm doing that. 4 weeks in, I wake up and I go to the bathroom, do my morning routine, and I look in the mirror and I'm shirtless. I don't have a shirt on yet. And for the first time in 2.5 years, I looked in the mirror and I saw muscle tone in my arms again. I remember looking in the mirror, and it wasn't major shift, but it was like a tiny little change in my muscular stature that I was like, wow, like this is actually working. Not only that, I was actually getting stronger too. So my capacity was getting better, even though it was a small level compared to what I was before. But nonetheless, I was actually slowly improving. And I remember looking in the mirror, seeing my arm, my muscle tone in my biceps, and I was like, wow, this is actually working. And that was the moment when I realized this is working. Now, what did that do? The actions, the repetition, and the breaking of the old thought process to realize that that was not true, to seeing proof in action of results. We have a saying here at CFS Health, when you do the right things at the right time, you get the right results. And I remember it was a shifting moment of like, wow, okay, this is working, keep going. Now, the great thing about belief and results, it compounds. Time compounds everything. Whatever behavior or action you're doing, whether it's good or bad, over time will compound the result that you're going to get. If it's good, you're going to get better results. If it's bad and you keep doing that behavior or inaction, it's going to make you worse, right? It's like the stock market, it's the same thing. Time compounds everything. And so over time, that belief got stronger and stronger and stronger because I was actually getting real tangible results. And I wanted to share that with you, and I shared that with one of my clients because sometimes we can trick ourselves into thinking that we need to wait till we feel confident. Wait till we fully believe that we're going to get better. In fact, none of my clients who have done success stories in their recovery actually fully believed they were going to get better, even during their recovery. They still had doubts. They still had thoughts, not necessarily beliefs, but they had thoughts that maybe it won't work. Maybe they won't get better. Maybe they are different, but they kept going anyway. So my first tip is to take the actions and do the behaviors that are the opposite of the belief that you don't like or don't want to believe anymore, despite that belief being there. That is your number one thing you need to do in order to start to get the results and the belief and the confidence that you want. Only through action will come clarity, and through clarity, you'll get more confidence. Super important. The second thing I said to her was, you can borrow belief. You don't need to believe it, but you can just borrow my belief. I know now I'll rephrase this. I can't say I know you're going to get better because her getting better is not up to me, right? It's up to her. It's her responsibility to help herself heal and get better. I'm not responsible for anybody's health but my own. And the same is true for you, right? Here's the crazy thing about CFS Health and our program that's been helping thousands of people in 78 countries for the last 17 years. We don't get people better. I don't fix people. The program doesn't even fix people, our online recovery program. Our online recovery program, the mentorship, and myself and my team, we help people help themselves get better. And so I know with 100% belief that she can get better if she chooses to do all the right things and follow the process that we give her. Now, whether she does that or not is entirely up to her and her responsibility, right? And I know you might be hearing this right now and thinking, God, that sounds a bit harsh. Well, no, this is empowering, right? It'd be disempowering for me to say, how many times have you gone to the doctor or someone special, like a special guru, and the guru says, they say, yeah, if you go to this person, they're going to fix you, right? Or if you take this pill, it's going to magically cure you. And how many times have you tried that and been disappointed? It doesn't work because you're not empowered, you're not taking responsibility, you're not in control of the life that you can create, right? And this is a huge, huge piece of recovery. If it's up to me, I've got to do it, right? For you to change your life, you've got to change it. No one can change it but you. But we help people change their life, right? Because we help people help themselves get better, and that's what we do. So she can borrow belief. You can borrow belief. Borrow it from someone who also knows. So I've seen way too many success stories from all severities, of all ages, from all over the world, get better, that it's so true that recovery is possible at any age level. I've seen it from under the age of 10. I've helped kids as young as 8 years old, all the way through to people in their 80s. In fact, our eldest member was 88 years old who got better. So I've just seen too many case studies of the opposite of what everyone believes on the internet. So same thing with severity. Like I've just seen people with 30 years of being in bed and now they're living their fullest life on skiing down mountain slopes, for God's sakes, in Europe, right? And so you might not believe it, but you can borrow belief from other people. This is why proximity is power. Literally surrounding yourself with people who are at where you want to be at. bringing yourself into rooms and conversations and asking questions from people who are at where you want to be at and learning from them. This is why our program is so powerful, because you are surrounded by like-minded people on the recovery journey getting better. And personally, there's no better value than just being in a room of inspiring people, because it just automatically helps you rise up to that level of standard. I want to take you into this book now. This is Get Your Life Back, a step-by-step recovery guide for chronic fatigue syndrome. And if you'd like a copy of this, it might have been launched by now, or we're about to launch this book. So if you want a copy of it, or you want to get on the wait list before it launches, just comment the word book below and we'll send you a link to either purchase the book or get on the wait list. And yes, it'll be available on ebook, hard copy, and Audible. So we're in the mindset section, and I'm at the power of beliefs, right? So there's a whole chapter on mindset. And you might be believing truths that are like this. I'll never get better. My body is too fragile. You might believe that no one understands you, that you're a burden, that you're too old, that you're not worthy, or that you're different. The problem isn't that you have these thoughts. It's that your mind begins to believe them, and the body responds to what the mind believes. It's not the belief that's the problem, it's the actions or the inactions that are created from the belief that you have. So if you believe that recovery is not possible, guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to do what's required to get better, right? It's as simple as that. That's why we ask all of the people that join our program before they join, we have a prerequisite. They must believe that recovery is possible. Even if they lack belief in themselves, that's fine, right? That's normal. If you don't have much hope that right now, that's totally fine. We can still help you. But if you fundamentally believe that it's not possible to recover at all, we simply can't help you, because you won't do anything to help yourself get better, right? But if you believe that recovery is possible, but you're still doubtful about yourself, we can help you with that, because again, through action creates clarity, creates confidence, and the new belief will come. Your beliefs will literally shift your physiology. So when you start to believe that you can get better, you neurologically and physiologically start to feel different. It's powerful. So when you start to have these negative beliefs, there's negative questions that come with that. You might be asking questions like this and wondering why you're not getting anywhere. Here is how to change it from a negative question to an empowering question. Rather than saying, what's wrong with me? And I remember, God, I used to say this question all the freaking time, and I wondered why I wasn't getting anywhere, right? Because if you ask what's wrong with me, there's no proactive solution that comes with that. The empowering question to ask instead is, what can I do right now that will make me feel a little bit better? Second one, negative question is, why is this happening to me? Instead, ask, what is this teaching me? Negative question, why does no one understand? Instead, ask the empowering question, how can I show myself the understanding I need? Instead of asking the question, why is this so hard? Ask the question, what's the message in this mess? Instead of asking this negative question, when will this end? Ask, what small progress can I make today? Every time you redirect a question, you retrain your mind to look for solutions instead of problems. Your brain is like a search engine. It finds whatever you ask it to find. If you ask negative questions, it will always collect evidence to prove that you are broken. If you ask constructive questions, it will find evidence that you are healing and progress is possible. Super, super important. Now, lastly, I'm going to give you an exercise. This is on chapter mindset, but also page 165. If you get the book, you'll see this and you can actually go through this process. This is the belief builder, right? It's 5 steps here. Number 1, I want you to write down an old belief that is not serving you. You can do this right now. Pause this video. Write down a belief that's not serving you. This could literally be, I can't get better, right? Or I'm different. Just write that down. An example is, I'll never get better. Now, I want you to replace it with a new belief. One that feels true and doable for you. So the new belief might be, my body is capable of healing. Now, we don't just stop there, because that feels kind of nice and wishy-washy. The next thing is we need to create 3 actions that align with this new belief. So if you believe that your body is capable of healing, or you want to start believing that, what are 3 actions you can take that will make you feel better and move you towards that? So I've got 3 here, but I want you to, you know what, comment them in the chat. If you're playing along with this, I'd love to know what are your 3 actions that you could do based off the new belief that you want. One of them could be, if you want to start to believe that you can heal, is to watch other people who are healing, right? Like literally go on our YouTube channel and watch any success story you want to start to show yourself that, oh, well, this person did it, so I can do it too. Some more practical ones might be nourishing your body with whole foods, right? Remembering food as fuel. Or taking small progress steps daily rather than having an all or nothing mindset and thinking, you know, you either go from 0 to hero or nothing. Instead, taking a less is more, consistency over intensity approach will help a lot. Now, here's the difference. Here's the kicker. And this is what I wrote in this book. Every time you act in alignment with a new belief, you prove it to yourself. Belief becomes behavior. Behavior becomes habit. Habit becomes reality, right? This is how you change your reality. Now, of course, not overnight. You know, if you've hung around me long enough, you know that there is no overnight changes that are going to happen here. There's no quick fixes. If you want that, jump off this YouTube channel right now. Go and find some dodgy corner in the internet that will say otherwise. But if you want long-term progress change, having a long-term approach and a consistent effort that happens over time, you're going to get the best results. Remember, change doesn't come from thinking about it. It comes from living it, one small step at a time. And the last gift I want to give you is, this is a very simple question. Is it useful? Is what you're believing useful? You might say to me, but Toby, it's true. It's true. You know, I've been unwell for 20 years. I've tried everything. It doesn't matter what I try. It's true. And my question to you is that useful? Is believing that useful? Even if it might be true, is it useful? If it is, keep believing in it. If it's not, it's time to change it. Remember, a belief is just a thought repeated over time that you believe to be true. If you want to change it, you need to change the actions and behaviors that you do every day to then get a different result, which will then change your belief. And remember, you can borrow belief if you don't have it right now. Sending you my love, and again, comment the word book below if you want to get a copy of our latest book, Get Your Life Back.